Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to Data Dispatch. We have some breaking news in the financial markets to start us off today, and that is we do have a core approval decision from Microsoft that they can proceed with the buying of Activision Blizzard. Now, this is great, especially for people that are in the Activision Blizzard stock. We are seeing this soaring over 11%. Microsoft kind of stabilizing right now. We're going to be talking about what this possibly means for the future of the Activision Blizzard stock and also Microsoft themselves. We're going to be talking also, of course, about some AI stocks that we've been keeping up to date on the channel. Let's get into the news. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit that like button for the immediate news and for the algorithm. Subscribe for daily videos and make your own decision before making an investment decision. Now, talking about what we do have, pop it up on the screen. Let's get it up here. You can see that ATVI, which is ticker symbol for Activision Blizzard here, has really soared up 11% on the day. Activision was kind of sitting, kind of consolidating at that $82, now popping off, trading right now as we speak at about $92, market cap of $72.28 billion. Let's switch it over here to see how Microsoft is doing. We can see right now kind of consolidating on the day, not seeing the same reaction as ATVI. Now, talking about Microsoft, this is a much higher stock, of course, blue chip stock, 2.46 trillion for the market cap. Lots more of buying pressure and confidence does need to come in to have more volatility experience with Microsoft. So we're seeing right here kind of consolidating, basically down about 0.34% on the day. But going back to the ATVI, we see doing very well. Will this continue to grow? Now, talking about the news, we pop it up here right here. We did just have this come in about 20 minutes ago, that the actual $69 billion deal for the acquisition of the Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard by Microsoft got a major boost today as the federal court declined to grant the FTC a temporary restraining order that would have kept Microsoft from actually closing this transaction on July 18th. So what we're seeing is game on that Microsoft does win that US court approval to buy Activision Blizzard. Now, what we are seeing is how fast is Activision going to grow, especially with this news. Will we see confidence? Will Activision possibly pop over that $100 mark by market close? That'll be a great indicator to keep an eye on, and specifically what will be coming out in the future here. Now, one important thing to notice is that the deal still does face an FTC antitrust lawsuit, which does allege that the purchase would harm competition in the gaming space. So, but by winning the federal court, Microsoft finds itself one step closer to completing the tie-up. So getting very close, but not completely 100% sealing the deal, it looks like. But we are seeing great news and lots of buying pressure coming in to Activision as the FTC did have their basically restraining order that was temporarily stopped. Now, talking about where we are, specifically talking about AI stocks, we've been keeping these on, getting off the topic here a little bit. What we are seeing, especially with the stock market in general, we talked about C3.ai yesterday, having more confidence coming in. Great to see here, and specifically talking about Microsoft on another tangent, having more buying pressure and having their exposure more into the gaming sphere, but also to the artificial intelligence sphere. Is Microsoft going to become more of a reliable and more of that blue chip and non-speculative type stock? But getting back to more speculation, what we're seeing with C3.ai is more buying pressure coming in. We closed holding about that $40 support right now at that $41.50. Talking about that specifically, we have seen the Dow Jones, we've seen the S&P all growing higher today, as possibly there could be news for inflation coming up here. Now, of course, inflation was always usually a bad word for the stock market, as we've seen lots of bearish kind of potential, lots of bearish trading patterns, specifically in the last year. But possibly with these inflation reports, could the Federal Reserve possibly consider ending its interest rates hiking more quickly, basically not increasing them at such an incremental level, causing the price of these stocks to come down as people are becoming more risk adverse, becoming less risky. Now, what we're seeing at market open, S&P, DGI, NASDAQ, all up at a higher level. Great to see there. With those AI stocks, talking about specifically, we have seen actually Zoom that is getting more incorporated with AI, utilizing their software. And also what we've seen is with Google. Now with Google, they're getting more incorporated. They don't have their own specific viral AI application. They are developing it right now. It's actually called Google Bard. You can test it out, but they do have nothing, not compared to ChatGPT, but what they do have is getting more, I want to say, involved in these different AI vertical markets. So what we have seen with Google, if we pop it up on the screen for you here really quick, what we have seen with Google is actually increased up about 1% on the day. And not just specifically talking about Google, but if we top Zoom on the screen here, Zoom has been getting more involved with artificial intelligence software, trying to analyze some of their meeting analytics and performing more data analytics. We see Zoom up here about 2.5% on the day. So great to see here. We do see some confidence coming into the market, like I've talked about here with the S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ. But with the Federal Reserve, if they do make a decision here possibly to not fulfill the predictions of what we're seeing on Wall Street, we could see a lot of this flip with a switch. We could see a light switch right here. Possibly if they say, hey, we're actually gonna hike interest rates more, we could see a decline. But nonetheless, with Microsoft actually getting another step ahead to purchase Activision Blizzard, stocks are continuing to soar. Regarding ATVI, kind of the main focus of this video, and great to see there. If we go back to it, you can see up here at $92 right now as we speak. So will this continue? Will we see a little bit of cool off? We will be keeping you guys up to date. Make sure you subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.